Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Soul Stories. Tonight's Soul Stories talk about drive and ambition. As a human being, we all want to have drive and ambition. We all want to obtain goals in life. We all want to be successful. But sometimes we don't understand that when in being successful, we sometimes hurt. And in life as a human being, we also make a lot of mistakes. But within making those mistakes, we need to understand that we as human beings, if we strive for something, we will continue to get to our goals in life. Tonight, I want to share a soul story about drive and ambition from a relationship standpoint and from an individual standpoint. But I'm going to start with a quote. Sometimes you must hurt in order to know, fall in order to grow, lose in order to gain, because most of life's greatest lessons are learned through pain. Pain is one of those things in life that we all have to deal with. But if we don't know how to cope with the pain and deal with the pain, we become crazy and we do things that we regret. But in order to understand pain, we have to better understand ourselves. We have to better understand our drives and our ambitions. So without further ado, I introduce to you tonight's soul story. Life is hard, but I want to know that I can be happy and that people will accept me for who I am and what I am not. For so long, this pain has been a factor, and no more do I want it to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said in his work Self-Reliance, "What must I do is all that concerns me, not what the people think." This rule, equally atrocious, inactual, and an intellectual life, may serve for the whole distinction between greatness and meaningless. It is harder because you will always find those who think they know what is your duty better than you know it. I guess you thought that you knew my duty when all I wanted was to be with you. There you stood looking at me hopeless, feeling that this was over and there was no way for us to fix this. You felt that change wasn't in my playbook, but in actuality, it always was. I know exactly what I wanted, what I got with you. I wanted love, passion, respect for this relationship, and respect for us. I hurt you because I didn't understand myself. I wanted to push for something that wasn't ready to go. My drive and my ambition for this wasn't there. I wasn't focused on us. I was focused on myself. I was a selfish creature. Like a bear, I hid in a cave, hiding my own thoughts and feelings, because I was too scared to admit it to myself that I couldn't be the man for you. With much thought and consideration, I started to figure things out and become a better individual for myself. But you were always in the back of my mind. I needed to work harder for you. I needed to work harder for your love. But I didn't want to. I wanted to be an ass and do me, but I didn't know what that entitled. Being a man is much more than having a job or being successful. It's admitting when you're wrong and taking full responsibility for what you did. If you can't understand that, then you aren't a man. Damn, I surely wasn't a man to you. I was nothing more than a little boy trapped inside my mind, trying to find a way to escape from that because I didn't know how to love you. However, I wasn't pushing myself hard enough. I was stuck in a daze, complaining about my wants and needs. But I was just talking about it and not actually doing anything about it. With your love and support, you guided me through. But enough was enough, and you began to see that I wasn't the man you wanted to be with. There were many terrible things that ran through my mind. I couldn't picture another guy in between your thighs, making you feel better than me. Maybe that's what I needed, a wake-up call. So when I saw you and gave you that note, it became realistic. I wanted you forever. However, I continued to try to force a love that was no longer there. A love that needed time to heal, a heart that needed time to mend. I wanted to suffocate you with love, but instead, I was pushing you away. Maybe I had the wrong idea, the wrong drive, the wrong ambition. Maybe I was focused on how much success I saw in a future that I could not predict instead of loving you. I felt that God had put you on this earth for me, but I had to be real about it. I had to be real about what I wanted and what I needed for myself in my overall life. You, my dear, have given me the opportunity to explore new grounds within this relationship. I know that I can't just be friends with you. This love is too real, too strong. Damn, I love you, but I have to acknowledge when it isn't working, and you have to fix it. I want to fix it with you, and I will do what it takes, but I have to grow up. I have to become the man that you want. I want you to be my wife, and I want to be your husband, but my drive and ambition just isn't there. Drive and ambition is what you want. I have that. But at this time, I wasn't ready. I should have been. But I was too much into my thoughts. I started to see you in my dreams. Visions of our hands together would never fade. I know that I haven't been always right. And I know my faults have hurt you. But baby, I'm driving back to your heart. And no more will I hurt you. No more will we ever be apart. God has taught me a lesson as a man that I need to push myself. I need to work on my drive and ambition to be a better person and a better individual for me and you. Hopefully, I'm granted back into your heart. And hopefully, you give me the key to understanding what it is like to have a chance with a woman of your character. Tune in next week when I talk about relationships. Now, this is a big topic for some people, especially me, because I have been in many relationships where sometimes I was the one to mess it up and sometimes the woman was the one to mess it up. But if you have a real relationship, the key to having a real relationship is understanding. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's soul story. Have a good week and join me next week. Good night.